the Igbo culture at that time, if you are going to do drama, you were looked down upon.
Yeah.
If you are going to study music, you are lefu.
Yeah.
If you are, so there are said Igbos went into the white collar things, you know. So nobody would have gone into filmmaking in Igbo land at that time. Number one, it was not like the kind of thing that yielded, not that the thing will compensate by yielding money.
But
So there was no money.
So how do you reconcile the fact that Nollywood actually started?
No, we are talking of the old days.
Okay.
When this guy,
because Nollywood actually,
we are talking of when the guy made Amadi.
Okay.
When
Olabalogun
made Amadi, and Amadi was about the East Central State and everything.
Yes.
But there was no.
By the way, I have the CD.
Okay. And I think one of the arguments he forcefully made, then, in that paper too, is that at least their business acumen, they bring it into
whatever they do,
So
and that is what. That's where it has gone into. Yeah. Because the moment Kenneth Nebo now came out with that,
that's all.
You didn't need anybody to tell you that money could be made.
And then
he wasn't the only man who was dealing with cassettes and things.
No.
And so they went into it, and really removed the Igbo factor in the old Nollywood. There will be no old Nollywood. Let's be honest.
This is exactly why I'm asking the question.
And then when most of the English language films were actually Igbo films.
Well, I think generally English language films are actually regarded as if you talk about
Igbo
films. Igbo films now.
Because
it's not as if others don't.
Listen, we are talking of Igbo worldview, Igbo culture. That's what the English language films were.
That's the general.
Oh yes, it's even there in the whole movement of the Onitsha film something. Yeah. It's purely Igbo worldview, Igbo in the new world, Igbo in the new diaspora, Igbo in this. That's what it is.
And if you look at online now, Nollywood, Nollywood filmmakers on YouTube, talk about the Igbos. This is where I'm talking about
the moment it moves. See what has happened to Asaba now. They forget about Onitsha and the rest of them. Upper Iweka, and Pound Street and everything is Onitsha now. Onitsha is like a dragnet. The whole Onitsha has developed as a film industry hub. That's what Onitsha is. And who are those there? That's what it is.
Because they're the ones sponsoring
it. You want to make it, even the so-called. The thing is that with the new Nollywood, it's becoming interesting, really. Because if you look at the new Nollywood, who are those who are doing it? Then you are talking of the rise of the studios. Ebony Life. So you have studios that are beginning to go into filmmaking. That is where they will beat the Onitsha people, because you don't have such studios there. It's Lagos.
But the great thing about the Onitsha people, they don't need such studios.
No, like Asaba. I'm interested in the Asaba.
Because area. What happens, it's exactly what happened with the Onitsha market pamphlets.
Yeah.
They set up small bookstores.
Yeah.
So, and there is no distinction between producer and writer. Writer will tell you, the producer, that is the person who prints.
Yeah.
Is go write this one, man. Let me go print and let me go sell and let me go give you. That's the way that's the way old Nollywood started. Yeah. So it was.
But it's not just old Nollywood. Do you know that the celluloid period was like that? Ogunde, when Ogunde, Edu Boma, and when they made their films, the moment you finish making your film, you now became a film distributor and exhibitor. Because you have to go to villages. And
you have to be,
because the Lebanese wouldn't let you show it in the circuits.
No, but what I'm saying is that the Igbo producer was more grassroots than all these people.
He was.
It was more grassroots. Now it's now that I'm reading again the Onitsha market mechanism for producing this. The similarity.
No, the similarity is very striking.
It's striking.
But you guys that come from the West, we'll go examine on our heads. If we live on that, go carry us go back. Do you know that this guy, if I had left him, he would have established a department of film studies.
Why shouldn't I?
You should be studying in public.
No, you go create if anybody want to become a theorist, come to my department. If you want to go make film, go to his department. It's a simple thing.
You'll be ruining parents who don't know the difference. If they will be sending...
No, some of them go and teach in the university.
How much are you being paid in the university to go and teach? People send their children to make money for them.
How many of them have made the money?
They do.
I can't pay 5 million for my child to go and do a master's in film production. And what he has learned is film studies.
But the thing
I will circumcise him again.
Don't you need people who will, continue? I mean, a legacy.
I want money first. I want money first. Let him do something that brings money. Yeah, boy, are you reading film studies for us where you are standing there?
Yeah, but the truth is this.
Oh boy, not so you get to wrap up this interview.
Enjoy. So the truth is, let's talk about skits. Okay. Because when you're talking about money,
yes,
that's an area, and I'm not kidding.
They are making a lot of money now. Yes, they make a lot of money.
So
especially in appearance.
No. They are making appearance. Yeah. Because what you are doing is that you are dealing with influencers and niche markets.
Yeah.
They make their money all right. And remember, this calls for. It's a kind of technique on its own.
Yeah.
It's like the Instamatic camera and the normal camera. Yeah. This one is quick delivery, and it's tied to one person, and he does it. Editing everything 2-3 days, he's out there and he's running.
But it's very cutthroat. It's very cutthroat.
Competition. No, but do you know what it is? Cutthroat. Because if you have to assess anybody, how regular does he post?
Yeah.
Because that's part of it. You must post regularly to keep the audience you have.
You must
that niche you have carved. You must post regularly.
And then you have your number of, and then you need people to you need audience that is using you.
Yeah. You know, my paper for LSA was on the small people, the dwarfs. That was my paper for LSA. The people of small stature. What they are doing with the social media.
The skits,
there are about 5 families that are there. The Baxton family, Ade James, 1 Kilo, Nkubi is the one at the forefront. There are 5 of them. There are 5 families like that. And when you look at the way they are trying to mainstream dwarfism, because that's essentially what they are trying to do.
That's true.
To mainstream it. Then you are suddenly of course, they will end getting policies changed and everything and so on. But the main thing is actually mainstreaming.
And the other group about this albino. The albino one is
but
also
they are not
different.
as they are not.
No, there are 2 of them that are very.
I know
very popular.
Doing
skits.
They are not as.
I just saw one yesterday. He carry one girl go sleep with. So as he try to sleep with the girl, now the girl begin form mommy water. Now he said begin form mommy water. I say, I not pay you. Tell that mommy to make it go first.
No, but Okome, they are not out there like these.
No, these guys are there.
No, they are not out there. How many of them? You see, these people. So it's like they've taken this social media by storm.
Yeah.
Almost like what the US has done with the LGBTQ. Because what they did and what UNESCO helped them do is mainstream it in all media. Tom and Jerry, you have get it there. The books children use for you have it there. And then what is the effect on us? We are beginning to see that you may not tolerate it, but you won't keep it's his lifestyle. So some acceptance. And that's what they have achieved.
Actually being a star. I wrote a paper, I presented a paper in ALE on that. Where you become stars, stardom. Stardom actually not puts you into the mainstream. It kind of brings you up, it levels this, and it makes you rich.
Makes you rich.
So
also.
You are using that thing that is supposed to be a disadvantage.
It
becomes
an advantage.
And I think so. But then we would plead with you to publish that with us.
I will.
Honestly.
If you
because we have the skill thing we are doing is part of it.
If you let me have the journal.
The call, Because send the call to
send the call. I'll do it.
What we are trying
and Tony.
to do is
Tony was on the panel.
Tony Adawa was on the panel. We both actually
set up the panel.
And I think what the media is doing, that is really helping these people. They are albino, a lot of this. They are turning this their disadvantage. And then the thing is, the society is accepting them because of their talent. People see beyond that. They are stars. I mean,
and they're human beings to start with. They're human beings.
Part of this society.
So
it's like the mythology. There's a way. Clash of myths now, but stardom celebrity
the celebrity status really, yes.
It's like an umbrella now to cover all shit.
It's inimical also. We are looking at the positive aspect of it, which maybe
the negative aspect, yes. The stereotype. There are certain kinds of roles that they play. They don't play roles outside those roles. That's also very bad, because they're human beings. They think they're
human
as
beings.
The French.
This is the point I'm even making. That even though they're dipping it if it's going to be to their advantage, they don't care. Because
they do get some rip-off advantage.
They get some personal advantages from this. But
the reason why I'm saying is that they still play the stereotype.
They do.
And the irony of it all that is in disability studies, if you use someone without, someone wants to pretend to that, you are still taking what belongs to them. So it's very complicated. But
we used to have one of them here, Afi. I don't know. You didn't.
I know. Afi.
You see that guy?
He
has this self-deprecating humor. One day I saw him and I told him, I was greeting you. You didn't answer. I said, guys, is it in the afternoon? I said, yes. He said,
no, that guy joke.
He said, they say I don't see well.
So he don't level you there. He don't level you.
And one day in my class, because the guy was so loud, brilliant guy. Someday in my class, the guy was making noise, and his classmates refused to
laugh at it.
Guess what this idiot said? He said, "If you don't listen to me, your first child will be like me." Everybody kept quiet to listen to him. I was amazed. So but if you said that of him, it will be that you are taking advantage of his handicap.
But the humor, that's what called the black humor. Black humor, right?
Kind of disadvantage.
Yes.
They gain a lot of leverage.
And getting that leverage actually is one of the ways in which you can channel this thing in a way to your advantage.
That's true.
This guy is yawning. So I think that yawn is saying, I know one thing about yawns. They are contagious. You are touching, you will soon yawn. Tell me I go yawn.
I'm not touching you.
I won't go home.
I think we're going to, as a way of wrapping up. So how do you see one? Yours would be Nollywood studies. Mm-hmm. How do you see it? Again in Africa, in Nigeria specifically, because given the way that people take into it, because you made a statement about this idea of people don't really know film departments of consciousness.
Yeah.
It's frightening. But now, where do you see Nollywood in
10 years?
In 10 years.
It's simple, really. See what is happening with New Nollywood. New Nollywood, the industry has gone global. You see, certain things happening, very interesting.
Yeah.
And for me, it was in 06? No. When was it used to the economy, to rebase the economy? 14. It was
14, yeah.
The moment it was done, you already had an industry that has started fertilizing activities in ancillary industries.
Yes, that's true.
In fashion, in design, in events management, in advertising. So it had already started spreading this. And that's why it had contributed so much. How many million did they said the World Bank said into the economy? The moment that happened, you now had a very formal industry. And what New Nollywood has done is that has taken it further. Everything in New Nollywood is actually global. It's international best practices. Yes, everything. That if you are studying, when I read film, when I was in school in the US, if you are studying African filmmaking, the only person you studied in Nigeria. Remember that book, African Films: The Contest of Production by the British Film Institute. The only non-French African person.
It's Ola Balogun.
All others were French. So when I was a student and you are studying African films, you didn't study any Nigerian film. It was all French.
Yeah.
It has yes. It has now all seriously changed. You see, but the advantage in what is happening with New Nollywood is that they are producing along the lines of institutionalized cinema, which is Hollywood. That is the basis on which they are going. When next this thing is going to happen, we are going to take this, it's not going to be by volume, because at the moment we are riding on by volume.
Yes.
It's going to be that you are giving Hollywood and Bollywood.
They are run for money.
Yes, for their money.
Yeah.
Within the next couple of years, I'm answering. That's what's going to happen.
I should add though that one of the other thing that Nollywood has done to African cinema is not only that individual filmmakers now can be recognized as filmmakers, but that an industry has grown out.
But precisely, there's an industry,
a homegrown, now formalized industry in Africa, made by Africans, supported by Africa, and it's going strong.
But let me ask you, have you sat down to think, why can't any other person or any other country grow their own Nollywood? You see,
it's strange. I don't know.
Because you see, the way I want to see it is like, see when Nollywood came up, it's like you take the stones rejected by the master builders, and that stone now becomes the major stone. Nobody ever becomes another major stone except
but there is a thriving.
It can't be. You see, it cannot have the dynamics of Nollywood.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Anywhere in Africa.
No. Yeah. But there's a thriving one in Ghana and in Uganda.
But
I visited the Ghana one.
But even apart from that, what validates the Ghanaian cinema if not Nollywood?
It is, because at some point they had to do cooperation with Nigerian. And then the last time I was there, they said, you teach Nollywood. The people are cultural imperialists. Nigerians are cultural imperialists.
Their dominance is out there in terms of volume.
They'll come, take 2 Ghanaian actors, put them so that they can sell the films in Ghana.
I remember, I think it was in 1996. I was at a TV college teaching then. So I went to Ghana I went to Ghana for a conference organized by, it was a workshop organized by the Deutsche Welle in Berlin. And that was when the head, Dr. Berwenger, said, he was talking glowingly about Ghana films. And I stood up and I said, hey, why are you saying this? You were speaking as if Ghana was I said, what of Nigerian film? He said, no, what? And then he paid attention to the economy, that, it would give, it was going to contribute a lot to the economy. And I agree with him because I said, we are better. He challenged me. He said, if you believe this, do a paper for me and I will pay you $200. And of course I went. When I came, I stopped in Lagos. That was when Nollywood was still this Abegi state.
Yes. You go to National Theatre.
So I gather my data, and actually I don't even have a copy of it. It was published by Deutsche Welle, and I call it the Hollywood of Africa. I wrote about this. But then when you look at it today, sir, Nigeria dominates
the man you are talking about
was
more Ghanaian than I know him, Dr.
Berwenger was more Ghanaian than
Yes, because I remember going to Ghana also, going to what's the school now? Their school there.
It's the television center.
A film and television college, and we showed some films and everything. I found he was more Ghanaian than me, and very patronizing. And that put me off.
Germans are always.
He was so patronizing.
But you see, they cannot
the way he would read. Oh God!
You know,
he's not my favorite person. One of my favorite persons.
You know this guy Noah, Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
He says. Trevor Noah says in South Africa. I know he's from South Africa. He says in South Africa, when the white man asks them any question, say yes, boss. Yes,
but when they
when they ask Nigeria, say, can I hear you again?
Listen to Nigerian personality.
It is huge.
And that the language is so poetic and everything. Yeah.
So Nigerian women, because we're talking about Nigerian film in the next 10 years. The content of Nigerian film now is changing so serious. I mean, what I mean is a lot of taboo subjects, and I see that a lot of.
What do you mean by taboo subjects?
Well, taboo, maybe what I mean by taboo subjects, women, what is it called? giving birth through surrogate mothers. You know, this subject matters that exist that people really acknowledge.
Homosexuality, lesbianism,
a lot of them. I'm particularly actually interested, especially in reproductive organs. I mean, a woman who gives birth, and then usually before it was the idea of polygamy or the chop, give money chop and whatever. But now they're bringing this, important subject matters like a woman whose in-laws would not believe that the child he gave birth to is real because it was through
IVF,
and all this. So these subjects are really a lot of people, they're coming up and they have a lot of impact on society as it were.
No, but you see, what gives hope in the case of Nollywood is that we have a censorship-driven classification board. It's censorship-driven. In the US, for instance, or in other places, you have the one that is just classification-driven. Just classify it, and audience will know whether I want to see this. But our own is censorship-driven. That in the sense that.
Can you explain that? Maybe explain that censorship-driven. I understand what you say, but
if you say something is censorship-driven, it means I can say you will not do this.
That is, they can say don't screen this.
Don't screen, yes.
Rather than just to classify it.
Yes.
Normally you just classify it.
Yeah.
And then say it is PG or something.
If it's classification driven, I just give you a classification. And if I want to punish you, I give you X classification, meaning that it's X-rated.
X-rated.
So I will lower the number of your audience. This thing. But if it is censorship driven like our own, it means I can say, if you don't do this, I won't give you this classification. So I'm giving you, I have my scissors. I can cut.
And that is very bad.
Oh, yes.
Very, very bad.
Why is it good?
No, let me tell you why it is good. No, I'm coming.
I think it's bad.
You are half Canadian. You are half American. Me, I'm full Nigerian. That's the difference. Remember that first conference we held? There was this first conference we held in
1974.
Yes. And hence could not understand that I was championing censorship. He could not understand it. Incidentally, I drew the the policy paper for
that is the first policy.
Yeah, for the National Film and Video Censors Board. Because I know that if you grant us, it's a thing about film, is that the harm can be done at first screening.
It's possible, yeah.
And then it now becomes part of the child. So you must do everything to be sure that what you are showing is orthodoxy, that it is the generally approved morality. And we have a censorship board that is driven by that. I know it could be terrible. Take when they started, for instance, and saying that if you show native doctors in your film, then we are going to bring native doctors to censor it. So it can go too far. Okay? See Edu Boma's The Great Attempt. Because he showed military uniform and people wearing it, and it was shown after Oka's Great Attempt, you slammed it down. So it can go in a terrible way. But at the end of the day, it's still the best thing. Look, you know how our cultures are still trying to blend. If you don't do it that way, a man from the south will go and make a film that actually shows the Holy Prophet Muhammad in person. Yes, no, even shows him. You don't show him.
You cannot see it.
If you leave our filmmakers, they will go and show him. So you do need a censorship-driven board like we have.
But you know that one thing about the American censorship, it is not. It was not originally driven by policy from government. It was driven by policies from different industries. Like say the Catholic Church.
Like
the Catholic Church, for instance, they have the lobbies. Say don't do this, don't do that. But in the case of Nigeria, it is the government. That's the bad part.
No, it's not bad. That is the beginning point. Remember that the Muslim Students Association, they constituted themselves into a lobbying this thing to make sure one film was dropped. Oh, yes. You see, the equivalent of the Catholic box office that you have in the US, we do have it here. So the thing is that the lobby groups will spring up.
No, if those lobby groups spring up, I will support that.
Do you think that what do you call this? This when they wear earring and everything.
The church people.
What do you call Deeper Life?
Deeper Life.
It's a strong lobby group. Very strong, even in the kinds of books you read. So those lobby groups are springing up, and they will balance what censorship
That's what I like, not government.
So for me, there's a lot of hope that we have that kind of sense of, but it will ease up. It won't be too tout.
Well, I mean, the surprising thing is that I had an interview with a filmmaker from the north who told me, something very interesting about censorship. That actually the filmmakers, when government said they were going to the government, Kano government was going to wield
the Hisba. Yeah, that's when they said
the Hisba, right?
So this is what we're going to do. Let's form a censorship squad. Yeah. It was actually at the instance of the filmmakers.
Yes.
They applied to the government, and the government they pleaded with them, and they agree with them, and they work together, so that. And then the interesting thing is that they had gone to court, in some cases they've taken the government to court, and then won when they felt that
it was too tight.
But that way, because of the sense that there is a law in place, the government that gave them much more freedom, because nobody can arbitrarily say.
No, you see what is happening. What is happening in Kano with the Hisba police? You see, Kano is even a very interesting study. Otherwise, because you have filmmakers there who read in the US, Abdul Karim, and the rest of them.
None of them are very educated. Yeah. Very educated.
But then you have the other people who are into that Islamic mind. Yes. So Kano is a very interesting thing. So the Hisba, a woman cannot appear in film wearing this Western trouser. She'll wear the bula something. When they did that thing you are talking, they shot themselves in the feet.
Why?
Why? Because when the Hisba police was now established, they were fundamentalists. And so it meant the films will not live anywhere, will not go. You make your money elsewhere, more money. Any money that comes in when you're a filmmaker helps determine the film you make next. So it meant that their films were not making any sense outside that area.
Well, I mean,
it stifled creativity.
Well, the market base for the films made in Kannywood is not Lagos. Neither is it Onitsha.
No.
It goes through the Trans-Saharan.
I'm coming. Yes.
Yes. Mali, Sudan.
It goes there. You are going to a place where you are going to a place that is also open to Western films, and they will compete with those Western films.
That's true.
You see, remember that when this man, our former head of state, Buhari, he was going to open up a film village in Kano. He had allotted money for it. What happened? They suddenly recognized that if you open up this film village in Kano, it's going to throw up that community open to Western civilization. That's how the lobby came about, and they killed it. Because the money that was gone into the national
film village.
There was a time the idea was to get this funding like you have in the US, a fund for the arts, for this dance. That's the money Buhari took to wanted to establish that thing, But they realized that if they did that, they would throw up Kano to the kind of influence that the Hisba police will not be able to contain. Kano is an interesting subject matter.
This is one of the most interesting conversations we've had on Nollywood on Review. I really appreciate this. The only thing that I would say, to my, big two professors is I will Oliver Twist. I'm sure one day, I'm sure this would open a lot of discussions that would make me, start coming back to say, hey,
any day.
All right. So thank you very much, sir.
Might not be any day. Come with single malt whiskey.